All right, one more. Here's the late game from Los Angeles. Zagalicious against Florida State. Gonzaga's 5.5, 153 the total. What a program. One possession away from winning it all last year. They reload. They lost guys. Fourth year in a row, Gonzaga's in the Sweet 16. And they got some talent. They got some bigs down low. Tilley was sensational out here in the West Coast Conference tournament. He shot 78% in that tournament, but then he couldn't make a shot against Greensboro, and Hachimura couldn't make a shot, and they missed a bunch of free throws, and Norvell had to bail him out with the three. Then they have the 15-0 lead against Ohio State. They blow that, come all the way back down 5 in the second half, and win by 6. But it's the balance, Teddy. You can't take away every guy. Williams, Tilley, Hachimura, Norvell, Perkins. There's so many guys that can score and beat you, and that's why this Gonzaga team can make a deep run.
They sure can. And, of course, you talked about some of the guys. Hachimura is the guy that probably is the most NBA upside. You know, Tilley's the guy who got going in the West Coast Conference tournament. Guess what? Norvell's been a monster as well. And, of course, we're talking about a freshman, a guy who's finally coming into his own. Since the start of the West Coast Conference tournament, Zach Norvell, 18.2 points per game, 6.5 rebounds per game, 20 of 41 from three-point range. He's been a go-to guy for a team that hasn't had that at stretches this season. Here's a quote from Killian Tilley after Norvell's 28-point effort against Ohio State. Quote, crazy to see him play like that. It's cool when you have somebody like that on your team. Just pass the ball to him and win games. And, of course, the Zags, I mean, this is a team that's tough as nails inside. You look at this graphic. The defense, top 15 in the country. The rebounding, especially on the defense, top 15 in the country. The two-point defense, the three-point shooting percentage, all right there with the best teams in college basketball. Don't sell Gonzaga short, despite the fact that they graduated a lot of talent last year.
All right. Well, I'm not going to compliment Florida State. They're lucky to be here. They shouldn't be here. Xavier gave them the game. Xavier missed 11 free throws. They were up 11 with under 10 minutes. They led by 9 with 5 minutes, and they lost the game with a top 10 offense. And Blewett was terrible again, and they had 18 turnovers. They gave Florida State the game. The good and the bad. The good for Florida State, 10 players go at least 10 minutes, but none more than 30. And that's also the bad. The same 10 players go at least 10 minutes, none more than 30. Inconsistent team. I don't like their head coach in Hamilton, but here they are in the Sweet 16 with an opportunity, but handed a gift by Xavier.
Well, you know, when you look at Florida State, this is a team that, at least in my mind, I don't know if they ever found their best five. You know, the guy they're starting five. The leading scorers, you know, Kofor, Angola, man, all right there, you know, within 0.2 points of one another. Angola, the only guy to go more than 26 minutes against Xavier. But the one thing Florida State has, and that has been their saving grace all season, their depth, man. Their depth really wears team down. It's interchangeable parts. They forced 18 Xavier turnovers. Leonard Hamilton's quote, I was especially proud of our players because the body language, the mannerisms, their level of communication when they came out of each timeout, they never showed any lack of confidence that we couldn't win the basketball game. They have this saying that they're 18 strong. And I thought each time we came to those moments where there was a timeout, I could hear all of them getting closer and closer together. Florida State, the rarest team. They had twice as many turnovers, 14, as assists, 7 against Xavier. This is a team that faced the number 330 non-conference strength of schedule. They won all those 9 games. Since that time, they're 13-11. In fact, if they didn't rally for against Xavier, they'd be 12-12 straight up in their last 24 ball games. We'll get back to Florida State when it comes to play of the day time. Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.